I publicly humiliated my rich boss. I worked as an assistant to the CEO of a tech company for 3 years. My boss made millions while I barely made enough to pay rent, but I stayed because it looked good on my resume. Every morning, I'd arrive at 6 a.m. to prepare his coffee, exactly 180 degrees with 2 pumps of vanilla and almond milk. If it wasn't perfect, he'd pour it in the trash right in front of me. The worst part was how he treated people. In meetings, he'd take credit for everyone's ideas. He'd make fun of employees' clothes or accents when they left the room, and he made at least 2 assistants cry every month. One day, he called me into his office and said, "I need you to plan my wife's birthday party this weekend. Make it amazing or find a new job. No please, no thank you, no extra pay." I spent 3 days calling caterers, decorators, and venues. I even used my own credit card when his was declined at the florist. The whole time, he kept texting me things like, "This better not be boring," and "Don't embarrass me." The night of the party arrived. 60 guests in designer clothes filled the rooftop venue I'd secured. My boss walked around telling everyone how he'd planned every detail himself. I stayed up all night making sure everything was perfect. He told his wife's friends, "You know how I am with the details." I might have let it slide, but then I overheard him talking to investors. "My assistant, she's basically useless. I have to double check everything she does." That's when I saw the email notification pop up on my phone. The venue payment hadn't gone through. My boss had promised to reimburse me, but never did. I was out $12,000 I didn't have. As he was giving a speech about his incredible attention to detail, I walked up and handed him an envelope. "What's this?" he asked, annoyed at the interruption. "The bill for the venue that your card declined, and the receipts for everything else I paid for. Since you're so detail-oriented, I figured you'd want to handle it right away." The room went silent. His wife looked confused. "I thought you said you took care of everything." One investor laughed and said, "Wait, your assistant planned all this?" My boss turned bright red. Before he could speak, I added, "Oh, and I quit. Your coffee tomorrow is your problem." I walked out to applause from staff members who were there. 2 weeks later, I was hired by one of those investors for twice my old salary.